Long before he became a symbol of peace, Nelson Mandela was just a curious boy in a small South African village. He watched his people live under rules they didn't create. He asked questions. Too many, some said. Why were black children barefoot while white children wore shoes? Why did one voice matter more than another? Even as a child, Mandela didn't accept silence. He believed something was wrong, and he swore one day he'd make it right. In college, Mandela saw the system more clearly. He wasn't just living in injustice, he was surrounded by it. Black students had fewer rights, less food, and no voice. He joined student protests. He stood against the rules, and they expelled him for it. Mandela could have walked away, but silence wasn't an option anymore. He knew change had a price, and he was ready to pay it. As a young man in Johannesburg, Mandela became one of the first black lawyers in South Africa. He didn't chase wealth, he chased justice. He defended those the system ignored. He stood up in courtrooms where he wasn't welcome. He fought apartheid with paperwork, passion, and presence. And every time he spoke, he gave the oppressed a voice. Mandela wasn't looking for fame, he was building a revolution. Mandela tried peace. He marched, he debated, he protested. But the government answered with bullets and brutality. People were dying for asking to be free. So Mandela made a choice. If peace couldn't be heard, resistance would have to speak louder. He helped form the ANC's armed wing. He went underground. He became a wanted man. Not because he hated peace, but because peace had been denied. In 1962, Mandela was captured. The courtroom called him a terrorist. He called himself a freedom fighter. He was sentenced to life in prison. 27 years, locked away on Robben Island. He broke rocks in the sun, slept on the floor, missed his children grow up. The world moved on, but he didn't give up. He read, he wrote. He led other prisoners. They locked up his body, but they couldn't cage his hope. As Mandela sat in prison, his name grew louder. Protests rose in London, New York, Lagos, and beyond. Free Nelson Mandela became a global cry. Artists sang for him, students marched for him, presidents were pressured to act. The man they tried to silence became a global voice. And after 27 years, they opened his cell, and the world held its breath. February 11, 1990. After 27 years, Nelson Mandela walked out of prison. He didn't raise his fist in anger. He raised it in unity. He smiled, he forgave, and he kept walking straight into history. Because true strength isn't revenge, it's forgiveness. And Mandela's walk to freedom was only the beginning. In 1994, the unthinkable happened. Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa. The man who was once called a terrorist now led a nation. But he didn't seek revenge. He built bridges. He united enemies. He led with grace, not ego. He gave South Africa and the world a lesson that peace is possible, even after pain. If you felt inspired by Nelson's journey, don't forget to give this video a like. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more powerful stories like this one, make sure to subscribe. There's so much more ahead.